Yo, what is up, you guys? This is a Dre and J review. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
What? Anyway, we're here to do our review on Marvel Studios' Black Widow, starring Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow. So this movie takes place in between Civil War and Infinity War, like literally right after Civil War, and it deals with Natasha, who's basically,
Fugitive.
She's a fugitive from the States, for violating the Sokovia Accords. And she's on kind of her self journey in a way, but also like because she's going back and dealing with things from her past, including her family with her sister, Yelena. I think it's Belanova or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, Belanov. And deals with them, her father, Red Guardian, and kind of her upbringing as far as the Red Room and what made her a spy in the first place. And she's trying to deal with that and trying to bring that, the very thing that brought her up as the spy we know today, down. She's trying to take that down. So Black Widow starts off, I actually really enjoyed, we get into anything, we're going to go non-spoilers for the first couple minutes, and then after that, we'll talk spoilers. We'll be sure to let you know when we're about to talk spoilers. So Black Widow, just a little bit starts off. I actually liked how the score was in the beginning and in the montage with Nirvana song, and we're stupid, entertained. Yeah. It was kind of dope. And also just seeing like the clips of these girls being brought in, which it highlights, the real world issues that we have, such as human trafficking. So I thought it was really, nice of Marvel to have that opening montage. I felt like it was appropriate for this film. And it kind of shows the human side of Black Widow because, you think of her upbringing and just the Red Room and what she is as a spy. You think of these girls as, naturally trained killers. But then when you watch that opening scene, you're thinking of them, oh, these were little girls who were actually forced to, do all this shit. Like they were, taken from their homes and brought to this place and forced to be killers and forced to, get mutilated, where they can't have kids. So, it deals with that. And yeah, I'll let you say some stuff. I mean, I don't want to say everything.
I would say, because I have friends my friends actually were commenting on the film, talking about it. I had some friends that didn't enjoy it, didn't like the film. They thought it was a cash grab and that was it. And I would say, is it a cash grab? Yeah, it is. I mean, they knew what they were doing. Like, okay, we can sell this, especially with Black Widow not being the Marvel movies anymore, the MCU, as we currently know it. But I also think this film is necessary. I think part of the reason why people will, if you don't enjoy this, I think part of the reason why you won't enjoy it is because we reached a point with Marvel where we're in a different place of Marvel. Like we're in, intergalactic, we're in different universes, we're in a different phase in time. And this movie takes you back to more the ground roots of Marvel, where they first started beginning, like with the Civil Wars, the Winter Soldiers, stuff like that. It takes you back down to a lower level, which I think some people probably don't want to see no more because we're already in this other stage. I understand because this movie should have been out phase 2 already.
Yeah, like it should have been either.
The story. You probably change the story a little bit, do a phase 2, but still,
like it should have been right after Civil War. And if anything, at least put it before Endgame. Like you could have had it.
This could have came. I know it was that was a tough year because they had Ragnarok in November, then they had Black Panther, then they had Ant-Man and the Wasp, or they had Infinity War, then Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I would have fit this right after Ragnarok or right before Ragnarok. Then go from there. I mean, like right after Civil War, we did this film and then did Ragnarok and Black Panther, so like that. Just because it made more sense, and I think people have been more like cool with it.
Yeah,
and I think that's, if you don't enjoy, I think that might be the reasons why. The cast I thought was amazing. I thought for me, my standout performer I liked really a lot was David Harbour. I thought he was funny. I liked his character. I thought he was just cool. He's funny. I'd be actually interested to learn more about backstory about him. Like see his own like little spinoff of what he's gonna do. That'd be pretty dope to see. I think the Red Guardian. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And as far as the Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson stuff, I thought she was amazing as always. And the sister, Florence.
Yeah, Florence Pugh, yeah.
I thought they had a great relationship. I actually felt genuine. It actually felt like a real, like, like brother or sister relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. The chemistry was definitely great for the whole cast. Florence Pugh, if she's listening, you're my woman crush Wednesday this week. Just know she's baddie.
Is it Wednesday?
Huh? No, today's Tuesday. So she's my woman crush Wednesday for tomorrow.
Are we doing that now?
Yeah,
that's
Florence Pugh, man. That's the one for me. She was bad. She was bad. She wasn't just bad like as far as looks, but as far as like just being a badass. Cool, remember when Scarlett Johansson first came onto the scene on Iron Man 2, and you see her take off all them dudes, and you're like, okay, this bitch bad. Like she a badass, and that was Florence Pugh's. However you pronounce her name, but that was her coming out party, and it was this movie, and I'm actually very excited to see her in future projects. You know, so
hey, if I had a woman crush movie, I gotta go Gideon Alden this week.
Who?
Gideon Alden, the craft legacy, the society. She gotta get that respect.
We over here talking about Black Widow.
You said it was,
but it was appropriate because she actually wasn't the movie, so I just had to.
You try to shoot your shot. I got you my shot. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But that's what we're saying. I thought I agree. When you see her on screen, you see she's a badass. But you see all the Black Widows actually badasses. Like all of them said, when you start to see her scene with well, I guess that's spoiler that kind of like, but when you see all the other Black Widows that are being trained and stuff like that, you see like they're all badasses, like they're all built, like they all got what Scarlett Johansson has, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is cool, man. It reminded me a lot. This movie reminded me a lot of
Red Sparrow,
which I really like Red Sparrow. I remember seeing it at the theaters. I really liked it. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but it has that same type of thing, like Russian, doing this for your country, putting your country first before your kids or before you know what I mean. You put your country first and stuff like that. It's kind of similar, like the way they brainwashed them, similar to what they did in Red Sparrow. So I like the comparison. I think at the end of the day, this came down to more. I know you said like human trafficking, but I think this also was like a thing about like you do what you have to do for your country and what you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, also there were some things I really liked about this movie, such as some of the tie-ins that you see with some of the other MCU projects and the references. Like you see a lot of Avengers references throughout this movie.
You do.
And there was even a point where like they were talking about Red Guardian and they mentioned the name Crimson Dynamo, like they got the name mixed up. And Crimson Dynamo is actually a famous comic book character. I believe he's Russian as well, or Soviet, but he's a famous comic book villain, I believe. So it was cool to see some nods like that throughout this movie.
Thunderbolt Ross.
I thought
it was more Thunderbolt Ross, but I was happy with Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And I kind of expected maybe another surprise cameo. I never really got it. I mean, not the actual cameo that I would have envisioned. But, this was a movie we felt like it should have came out years ago. If anything, Black Widow should have had maybe 2 movies by now.
Yeah, she had maybe her own trilogy.
Yeah, for sure.
Should low key take away Thor Dark World, give Black Widow her movie. And
and then we
give us some
we straight.
Take Iron Man 3, give us another Black Widow, and then we cut that down. There we go, 2 and 2 and 2.
Honestly, and I will say, man, this movie, it does kind of have the Iron Man 3 effect, and because what makes a good superhero movie is when you have a good villain, and this movie failed with that. Now, we obviously Taskmaster is
I got something for that, but go ahead.
Yeah, Taskmaster is the villain in this movie, but to a certain extent. And you also see and also like I mentioned the references. They bring up Budapest. It's something that was mentioned in Avengers. Like
you get a little idea more about what Budapest was.
Exactly. So we get a bit of that, and I'll say like this because it's either you don't get like with superhero movies if they're bad, it's because they either don't have a developed villain. The villain's just trash in general, or there's too many villains. Yeah. In this movie, the villain wasn't developed. I felt like the villain was more of society, or like the people in control of the Red Room.
Well, dude.
Instead of it's the dude Dreykov, played by Ray Winstone. He's the main villain. And that's not really that big of a spoiler if I'm saying it, but he's basically the main villain, and he's not really like this badass type villain, but he's just more of like he has all this power, he has all this control. So it kind of has that theme of women taking back their control from man, which I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time, I also would have liked a more established and better villain, in my opinion. But yeah.
I look at it a little differently. I look at the phases. Like, look at phase 1 and phase 2. Who's your best villain? Loki. And what's next?
Yeah, well, I mean,
was it Jedi? I forgot his name.
Ironmonger.
Yeah, Ironmonger. I mean, do you think he's that great?
Yeah, no, they're not.
Was the guy with
no, Marvel. That's
phase 1, phase 2 probably had like some really.
But that's why I always say that's why I like DC most times over Marvel because they have better.
Well, that's because that's because Batman has better villains than most people.
Yeah, I mean,
but Spider-Man's the same way. Spider-Man has all the best villains.
But like Zod was
Marvel.
Yeah, but Zod was a better villain.
Yeah, true. But we've had that kind of character. We had a Killmonger. Killmonger kind of what Zod was, in a way. Not as powerful, but like the ideology.
I mean,
but
in a way.
Well, I'm saying, I understand what you're saying about the villain. I think a lot of people have complaints about the villain. The villain, Taskmaster, looks cool. Does some cool shit.
Yeah. When I first saw him on screen, I was like, okay, this nigga low-key kind of clean.
Yeah, he was clean. He was clean. And how the way he does everything, I mean, it was dope. So I think you'll enjoy the, okay, he looks cool. He plays all that stuff. But, of course, he's underdeveloped as well as our bigger bad that's controlling everything. A little not undeveloped. I guess he's kind of. I mean, he kind of is what he is.
Yeah, he is what he.
I mean, I don't think he's undeveloped. I think he is what he is. He's not real. He's like it's very. I tell you, it's very grounded.
Yeah, it's not. It's
a grounded villain. You know what I mean? It's not very crazy. So I think that's why people might complain about that also. But I understand what you're saying. To me, the villains were not bad. Of course, Taskmaster. I'd rather see a little more about Taskmaster. Maybe a little more back. Backstory we got a little bit, but a little more about Taskmaster would be cool. But overall, I understand the villains and how they were grounded. I understand why they did that, and this is a more Black Widow's a pretty grounded character, so I understand this is early phase, like an early phase type film. So
yeah, no, and this movie kind of has a bit of what you get with a lot of Marvel movies. It has its comedic moments, it's Marvel wit and humor.
The comedy actually hit for me a lot.
Yeah,
David Harbour was doing. David Harbour was funny, and the wife was funny too. When she was talking a little bit to him, like they had their little connection. I felt like you genuinely had a family dynamic. You know what I mean? I feel like the characters really had a family dynamic. I feel like the dad, with his relationship with his daughters, was kind of like, it was a rocky relationship, but like there was a relationship that you could tell like there was something there still. And then the sisters were amazing together. And I feel like the mother, we didn't get much of the mom at the beginning. I felt the mom there was a connection between the mom and the daughters as well. So I felt like there was a great family connection, and it really worked for the film. It helped with the film a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much all we have to say around our non-spoiler reviews.
Definitely go check it out if you haven't seen it. If you love the Marvel movies and you haven't seen it, go see it at least. Do the due diligence. I'm going to go see it. If you don't like it, that's one thing, but you gotta at least go see it. I know many of you will because y'all Marvel fans. So
it's definitely a Marvel movie worth watching. I'll definitely say that. But yeah, if you want to see our final grade, just be sure to skip to the timestamp that I'll put down below in the video. Also, this is spoilers, so just a heads up, spoiler warning. So first off, Taskmaster.
Give it 5 seconds.
Okay, 5 seconds. I'll give you 5 seconds.
All right.
Taskmaster. I did not like that shit.
You know, Taskmaster.
I did not like that. He was cold, or she was cold, but I didn't like that shit. They made this man like a mindless fuck. They made this girl. They made this. Okay, so let me tell you about Taskmaster. So Scarlett Johansson, like Black Widow, she's dealing with Dreykov, who was the guy who was in charge of the Red Room, and it was the guy that she apparently thought she killed in Budapest by bombing him and his daughter, and along with with Clinton Barton's help. And you get that. And then it turns out at the end that his daughter survived the bombing, and she just has this foot, like she's just burnt, fucked up. She doesn't talk, like she's kind of like this mindless fucking drone or zombie that he uses to enact.
So a chip in her head.
Yeah, he has a chip in her head. It kind of reminded me of fucking Stryker and his damn son in X-Men 2. Like I'll say all the words, you just do all this shit.
I got no comparison, but go ahead.
But no, it's disappointing because like we've had Taskmaster in recent, like the Avengers game. We've had him in Spider-Man game. So seeing him in those games, it was like, oh my God, like this is a cool character. I would love to see. And when you heard that he was going to be in the movie, you're like, oh my God, okay, well hopefully they bring a lot of these aspects that we've seen from the games onto the movies. And yeah, it just fails with that. And it's kind of funny because you look at Taskmaster, a character who talks. I won't say like he talks a lot, like he's like a Deadpool or anything, but like he talks, he mimics his opponents, gets in their heads, So it's funny seeing a character go from that to like completely silent, and then you see a character like Snake Eyes who's now talking. So it's like these motherfuckers just switch roles, you know?
Yeah.
So
I have no problem with Taskmaster. Look, this is why I saw Taskmaster. He brought up X2 with Stryker and his son. I saw it more like a Bucky. You know what I mean? Like she's gone, so she don't even know who this chick is no more. She don't give a fuck, and she just zoned in like Bucky was when he was all getting his mind blown.
Yeah, but Bucky was this assassin, so like I didn't expect him. Bucky, even like the other versions, like he didn't really talk initially. Like he was the Winter Soldier.
So the problem is that she wasn't talking like that. She
wasn't talking, wasn't saying nothing.
She been blown up, bro. She ain't got probably much to say. She probably don't know that much, bro. She literally just watches a film and just moves.
Yeah, I mean it's dope. It's dope to see, especially like when she's studying and you see like the clip of Black Panther fighting Hawkeye, and you know it's cool to see. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
I get that.
This nigga doesn't have a story. She doesn't have a story, doesn't have an arc, doesn't have anything.
Well, she kind of a story because she got blown up. But like,
I
get what he said. No, I definitely you could do more Taskmaster. I agree, and I think Taskmaster was still necessary for this film because
also they changed into a woman. Not saying I'm like against it most times, but I don't
want to hear shit about that.
Well, hold on. But it would have just been cooler seeing Black Widow, take on a guy like I don't know. I just like it makes her more badass fighting Taskmaster.
Yeah. As a
dude
yeah.
than a woman. I mean, no offense, like, because a woman on woman fight is pretty dope too. But I mean, I've seen that in a lot of female movies with Wonder Woman, 1984, and shit like that.
No, I get it. I understand. I'm just saying Taskmaster was necessary in this film because I think Taskmaster did give Natasha that closure that we needed for her, bro. I felt like she finally got closure because in Infinity War, you can try to see the difference in her, like how she is, bro. She feels more at peace. Shit goes south in the Infinity War. She's still more at peace with herself because she realized that, damn, I didn't kill this girl. Like, think about it, because in Avengers and Age of Ultron, she had that conversation with Hulk and stuff like that. And part of that's like her thinking of herself like as like not redeemable.
Yeah.
Like she can't, like, remember Hulk's talking about like, he wants to like low-key leave this life and go live another life. And she's talking about like, I want to do that too, possibly.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that was the only girl that she killed. I thought she just killed. I mean, I didn't think that was the only one where like, oh.
Well, she killed a child.
Well, no, but
an innocent child. What to do with the shit?
We gonna act like she didn't kill many other niggas along the way.
Yeah, but she killed an innocent child.
I mean, yeah. But
that was wild to see her down her little school bag and she killed a kid, she bombed a child. So that probably was like, damn, I had to do this to give her this man, and to find out that man's still alive and you killed the daughter possibly, and she grew up like that with a chip in her head like a fucking machine.
Yeah.
So I think that was like that's like her like, because think about it, she didn't fight. She could have kept her that fucking that damn glass door thing. She opened and let her come out and fought her a little bit. Didn't want to fight her like Captain America with Bucky. I'm not gonna fight you no more, Buck. Same kind of thing. She wasn't trying to fight her, nothing like that. It was like her redeeming moment for her, where her character was able to redeem herself. And when she would get the chick fixed, or I get the mind stuff out of her, she felt even like a peace. You tell at the end of this movie, Black Widow feels at peace, which leads you into Infinity War with the new hairstyle and everything like that.
Yeah, which her sister actually had the vest.
Yeah, I like that. I like the connection with her sister got that green vest, so she wear. Man, it made me sad, man. Watching this film, I got sad that Black Widow's dead.
Yeah, and that's also the other problem with this film is that, I mean, I know like when you watch these superhero movies, these characters aren't going to die, but still like every time like they're going through something or they're like facing these impossible stunts, like her flying down and shit, like you're like, oh my god, like this is intense, like man, she could die from this. But then you're watching and you're like, oh, okay, I know she doesn't die from this because obviously she survives and has an Infinity War. But then knowing that she will die eventually,
you cherish this movie.
Yeah, you cherish it more, but at the same time, like the stakes aren't really there as you would go into any other movie.
That's anything though. That's any Marvel movie pretty much.
No, but don't get me wrong.
You knew Black Panther wasn't dead when Killmonger stabbed that man.
I mean, yes, don't get me wrong.
He threw out the clip. You knew Black Panther wasn't dead.
Don't get me wrong, but when you put a movie like this, it's like, okay, I know she's not dying. Like I know for a fact.
It's a prequel.
I know,
like a prequel film.
Yeah, it's like a prequel film. Which I mean, I don't know. That's just
I completely understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but it's like saying with Star Wars. Revenge of the Sith, we love that movie. It has no stakes for it. We know who's gonna live and who's gonna die. We know Yoda's gonna survive. We know Obi-Wan's gonna survive.
Yeah, I rescind my point. That's not really that. I'm not really doing.
But I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
Shit. No, I mean that's. The action, the stunts, all that was good. I thought that was really, really great. Kind of reminded me a lot. Some of it, especially like the car chases and all that, kind of remind me a little bit of Mission Impossible as well. So I really enjoyed this movie. I really think it was good for the MCU to have a movie like this, especially a female-led movie. It does show...
Wake up to Marvel.
Huh? Anyway, it does show that female-led movies can work.
When they're done right, yeah.
When they're done right, you know, and they're
That's
not...
any film, though. Any film's done right and doing, you know...
Yeah, and Black Widow was never, like... I never came out of the movie watching and thinking, wow, they really have forced this agenda down our throats. No, I mean, most of the shit, it just came naturally. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like watching Captain Marvel when you hear this song playing, I'm just a girl, while she's kicking ass and all that. Like, it's like, you see moments like that, you're like, okay.
But you know what I think the difference is? Because of Black Widow, we saw Black Widow early on in Iron Man. And the thing about Black Widow's, it's not unknown. They talk about all the time how Black Widow's like sex appeal changed.
Yeah, she was a sex symbol.
She started a sex symbol, tight pants, shirt tight, you know, but she changed over time. But nobody ever complained about it. It's like, oh, bro, why ain't you showing more tits and ass? We were cool with it. Like, we really just care for the character.
Yeah, I
we genuinely like the character. I don't think many people I never heard nobody really complain. I know it's a thing that people bring like, damn, did you ever notice that? But like, it wasn't people complaining about because like I really like the character.
Exactly. Like, I never noticed the sex appeal that Black Widow. I mean, like, of course she's hot and all that, but I never once in my mind imagined like, oh, okay, they actually made her out to be like.
Oh no! I thought she looked good. Scarlett Johansson is a good looking woman though. So
for sure,
she look good.
But like, I always thought of her as a badass before I thought of her as a sex symbol. Like, I thought of her in the same range. I mean, I won't say like I watched her and was like, oh, okay, she's just the same level as Captain America and all that. But as far as her, like, I'm entertained by her fights just a lot of the
she's
other
attractive.
characters.
You're like, oh, she's sexy as hell too. She's sexy also.
But I will say Whedon kind of, when you watch the Whedon ones, he did.
Hey man, Visual Boy's fire.
Whedon did kind of sexualize some of them.
He did the same thing at DC over at DC.
Yeah, he did the same thing with Wonder Woman. So
I ain't here to defend Josh Whedon's
I mean, Josh Whedon's
the
Avengers movies were good.
I ain't gonna defend that. But as far as this film, man, there's also a lot of emotion. Like, I thought there was like a lot of character moments where like you really feel for the character. Like when they have the family moments, like especially when they have the family dynamics, you really feel for that. Especially when you find out that they're not really her parents. They're not their parents.
I thought they were her parents.
I thought that was her real dad the whole time, but they were spies. They basically like took them in like they were spies.
Yeah, so it was like some Fargo type shit.
Yeah, and then you have your girl, your Women Crush Wednesday, Florence Pugh. Over like, I really thought this was real. Like, to me, this was real.
Yeah.
But we were like, how I tell, like, man, this wasn't fucking real. Fuck these people. These weren't real. These weren't our family. These motherfuckers just took us in because they had to. Mm-hmm. But for her, it was real. And you really get these nice dynamic character moments where you're like, damn. Scarlett Johansson realized, damn, man, I fucked up saying that. And then David Harbour's like, you know, to me, like, y'all my daughters and stuff like that. And he has a name tattoo. He has our names tattooed on his arm. He's doing the wrestlings. I like that scene.
He also has the chits tattooed, her face tattooed on him too. So
yeah, so like,
I actually want to look at those tattoos.
Yeah. For him, it was genuine. And I think the mom was the one that probably. I think the mom cared.
The mom was more business than anything.
Yeah, she kept her personal heart. She kept her heart out of it. Just thought logically and said like, "I'm doing this for my country. This is all I know." And at the end, that one scene, I thought low key she actually fucked up Black Widow and said like, "Turn her on, like, be your mom." Yeah. We watched with our mom, and she's like, "Oh, I don't like her, man. Why she do that to her kids?" But then you turn around and she had that face thing like she did in Winter Soldier. And you're like, oh shit, the mom, I like it. But I thought low-key stakes. I thought David Harbour was gonna die.
Really?
I thought Red Guard was gonna die.
Yeah.
Because you didn't. I thought all three of those characters besides Scarlett Johansson could all die
because they were
not. It's past, so it's not really like a current MCU movie. So you could always kill those characters. We never have to see them again. Like, especially like not maybe like sister as much, but maybe like Red Guardian. You could have killed him off and said like, okay, he gone.
Yeah. You know, it's actually crazy. I remember heading into the movie, a lot of people thought the black guy was Taskmaster. Like, that's what he was initially.
Yeah, the posters and shit like that too. Also, you saw the posters and everything.
So, I mean, I'm not...
What do you think about him also? You didn't say about him.
I mean, he did his job. He did his job. He was that guy. Got it. Hey, whenever she needed something, he came and got her. Got her a jet.
Friends like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was friends.
Like a motherfucker. He
ain't... doing all that shit. I ain't getting no pussy. My nigga, like, come on now.
Hey, don't say shit, okay, but we try to get...
No, I'm kidding. He didn't. What I'm saying is,
he didn't have a chance with her. Right?
He didn't have a chance with her, and also I'm not implying that by getting a woman a jet and all other kinds of things, you're obligated to get pussy from her. That's not what I'm saying.
No, real talk. I never really looked at. When I look at Black Widow, she really doesn't have like a relationship with anybody like that, like a romantic type relationship. Besides maybe
Cap.
I mean,
in a way,
Cap.
Well, no, Hulk.
That's Josh Whedon. Like you said, Josh Whedon did that for one movie, and then when she sees him again in Infinity War, there's no she looks at him and like, oh, Bruce.
I guess there was a connection with Cap.
Even we'll talk about what T Kai did too with him with Hulk scene, but that was because Hulk like, she calmed Hulk down. But like as far as like romantic, only Josh Whedon had that in Endgame. Age of Ultron. We only saw it like once.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Well, unless you're Anthony Mackie, that nigga was petitioning for him to have a romance with her.
That made sense though. No,
that was down bad.
That brother was starving. But that made sense though because Anthony Mackie kind of had like that when he saw him in the Winter Soldier. He
had that. He's like, this was awkward. I don't know if he thought there was something going on with
maybe
that,
or no. I mean, but overall, guys, this film was amazing. Not me. I wouldn't say amazing because that's over me doing it. I love Marvel though, so I support a lot of things they do.
This film is definitely better than a lot of.
If you like Winter Soldier, it gives you Winter Soldier vibes. The fight scene. Oh, let's talk about we didn't talk about the fights. Sorry, guys.
The fights were good.
No, we gotta get more detail. The last fight when Black Widow's fighting all the Black Widows, get her ass whooped. She put that work in though, but she get pieced up. I liked it, man. It felt a lot like Civil War. You know what I mean? It was graphic. There was a little blood a little bit too. She smashed her damn head. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a great. I thought it was a good film. It reminded me a lot of that phase. It took me back to that phase which we all love. I think everyone was phase
it's
two.
that grounded. Yeah, it's that
grounded characters.
It's not this extraterrestrial. All this shit.
Yeah, action throughout the film. We get action in the first, 10 minutes. We are in action. Action throughout the film. Fighting, great choreography, I thought.
You get an emotional, family-driven story.
Yeah, I think honestly, this film gives you a lot of what Phase 2 gave you in general. I think if you love Phase 2 of the MCU, the Winter Soldiers, the Captain America Civil War, you like all those films, you're gonna like this film. You'll definitely enjoy it. That's what I thought coming into this time. Like, okay, when I saw the first trailer, I said, oh, this is like something like Winter Soldier, right? It reminded me of Winter Soldier. So I was like, okay, I'm all in. So I'm not disappointed personally because I got what I thought I was going to get. I was going to get a grounded film, similar to Winter Soldier, fight scenes, action throughout, story, a little story-based course, but like more of like a sentimental value, just like the Winter Soldier is. Yeah. Very sentimental. Yeah. And I enjoyed the film. So for me, are we gonna raise already?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, what you
for me, I give it a solid A. I won't give it A-, A+. Give it a solid A, man. It's enjoyable, fun time. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. I bought it for $30 on Disney Plus. So we're gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. He's gonna watch it again. But I enjoyed the film. I'm definitely gonna watch it a couple more times and take it all in.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, because I would give it an A, but at the same time, like then I don't know, it kind of messes up with my rating for all other Marvel movies because I have so many other Marvel movies that I place higher than this. Not saying this movie was bad, but that's
not for you.
Special tier. So I'll give this movie a B+. It's right there.
What's my rating for my Marvel movie? Most of my Marvel movies are pretty high.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The one I had pretty low is Thor.
Like this shit is better than Thor: The Dark World. It's better than the first Thor. It's better than Iron Man 3. It's not better than any of the Captain America movies.
Volume 2? I had Guardians 1 better than Guardians 2.
I probably would watch this over Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Better than Ant-Man the Wasp?
Yeah, I'll put this over Ant-Man.
Better than Ant-Man.
That's tough. I don't know. I like Ant-Man.
Better than Doctor Strange?
That one's tough too. I do like Doctor Strange.
I've been watching Doctor Strange a couple days ago. I actually really like Doctor Strange. Yeah. Watching it again, I actually enjoyed it more.
I like Doctor Strange.
It's aged well for me.
I'll put it over the Incredible Hulk. Although the Incredible Hulk is a fun one to watch.
Yeah,
that's a guilty pleasure. I know a lot of people hate. I don't know why people hate it.
Because it's not Mark Ruffalo, bro.
Yeah, I love that movie. And
it's not really connected. Nobody talks about it in the connection.
Hey, really. Shit, nigga, that's the only good Hulk movie we got. So
might be the only one we ever get.
Right.
But yeah, I give it. He gives it a B+.
Yep. So
how you feeling about it?
With that, you guys. What did you guys think of Black Widow? Oh, wait. First off, we didn't even talk about the end credit scene.
Oh, man.
We forgot about that. Hey, this is the end credit scene for this. Anyway, end credit scene. So you can tell this movie was supposed to come out before the pandemic because it includes the chick from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. Which I think her name Mrs. Valentine or something like that.
She's creating her own little team, bro.
Yeah, Dark Avengers. That's what I'm thinking. Dark Avengers with her and John Walker. So she ends up, because at the end it shows Florence Pugh
going to not a grave site, like a little like statue and like I guess technically
where and her grave says daughter
Avenger.
It says sister, daughter, Avenger.
It has a logo and shit. But she goes to her grave site and she's having a moment. I think it's probably like right after everything has happened and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like she's probably having her first time really getting to see the grave and talk, have that moment with her sister or a moment there. And we see your girl.
Yeah, we get Miss V or whatever her name is, Valentine. Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know how she recruited John Walker and said that she had special assignments for him coming up, which, you know, teases Dark Avengers. She gives him the new suit, that whole black suit, which is dope. So anyway, she talks to Florence Pugh's character and says she has an assignment for her, and she hands her the damn tablet or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, I think it was tablet. I can't remember if it was a tablet.
That was a picture, I thought.
Oh yeah, it was a picture.
Maybe it was a picture.
It was something like that. Anyway, so it shows, she's like, don't you want revenge for her killer? And it shows Clint Barton. So now this is cool, and it gets me excited for the Hawkeye TV show coming out on Disney Plus. Because originally I was like, man, Hawkeye. I never.
Man, I like Clint Barton.
I fuck with Clint Barton, but come on, dog. I barely fuck with that nigga as an Avenger. You telling me that I'm supposed to fucking watch a whole show dedicated to this nigga? So anyway, so this actually is going to be really cool to see, especially her. I mean, you might see her taking on Haley Steinfeld's character. So it's going to be really dope to see, and the fact that, you know, you have her thinking that Hawkeye killed Natasha is crazy, because it actually is believable. You could think that, oh, maybe he did sacrifice Natasha, or he pushed her off the cliff, and no one was there except them two. So, and it might not even just be her. It might be even Red Guardian. He might be after Hawkeye too. So it definitely opens up a lot. You know, and that's one of the things that I feel, and I know we already went past like what we liked, didn't like about the movie. This is also another thing that I didn't like until the very end credit, was that this movie didn't really do anything as far as the future of the MCU in a way. It wasn't until we got to the end credit scene where it's like, oh, okay, this now can lead into future projects in the MCU. But as for the movie, it just led into the events of Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. Johnny said most of it. He said it pretty correctly. All I gotta add is just like, we should maybe know, 'cause we saw little hints of like Clint Barton with the whole like the arrows in the walls, like the little hints of him, like, you know, he brought him up a little bit, not too much though, but seeing that he's gonna be a new, and she never met Clint.
No.
So being that he's gonna be a new like target, it's kind of like, oh shit, like I feel for my man. So you have to get some backup, because Red Guardian coming, she coming. That's that's tough.
That's a problem.
It's gonna be a problem. But it looked Incred was worth the time. It wasn't just pointless. Like, there have been some that have been, like, Ant-Man's be pointless sometimes. So Ant-Man has some pointless ones at times. But overall, it was dope in credit. It worked. It's going to lead us to the future. Give us, like he said, give us a little taste of something that's coming later on down the road with the Hawkeye series, possibly. So that's all we got to say, man.
Yeah. Let us know down below in the comment section your thoughts on Black Widow. What did you guys think about it? And what do you guys think this movie does for the MCU in the future? And yeah, just what were some of your takeaways from the movie? Did you enjoy it? But yeah, that'll be all. If you like this review and discussion, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and be sure to tune in for more. All right, guys, I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante, and we also have coming up in the future, DeAndre, I mean, since this has come out now, we can finally do our phase 1 through 3 rankings.
Yeah, we're gonna do our MCU phase rankings from 1 to 3. Rank all the movies.
Yeah, because we finally got the last one that fit for this phase, so we can start doing that. We'll probably have that out sometime before Shang-Chi come out.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in and, you know, turn on the notifications if you want. If you want to make sure you know when our stuff drops. If you want to be the first one to watch it, yeah, just make sure to turn on that notification. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And that'll be all.
Yeah, appreciate the support, guys. Much love.